Hi, I'm Rhea.
And I'm Brandon.
And you're watching
More Love with our MB.
And today,
Yes.
we are talking about something important.
Very important.
We are talking about the major dating mistakes to avoid.
Yes, please avoid these.
So first of all, we want to give a disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I should stop repeating everything you're saying. But go ahead. I'm good.
We want to make a disclaimer. This video is specifically for people who are dating because they are looking for their husband or wife. This isn't for people who just want to casually date just to date and have fun.
And if that's you, go do you.
Or you can watch this video and give it to someone that you know is actually looking for their Prince Charming or
Fair enough.
princess to be. So keep watching.
Fair enough.
But these points won't apply to you if you're just dating to have fun.
So let's go back to the disclaimer.
I want the thunder in there. I think it's hilarious. So yeah, if you are looking for your special someone and you have been dating and don't realize or understand why the dating world isn't working for you, then these points may apply to you and hopefully they'll help you.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start off.
Starting off with number 10. One of the major dating mistakes people make is having what we call a savior complex. Now, we're not going to say who typically has that, but we are going to say that it is a big mistake.
Yeah.
What a lot of people try to do is they try to date someone that they're like, I kind of see it working, so you know what, I'm just going to jump in. And then you think you could change somebody, you think you could save someone from themselves or their mistakes in life. And that's not how this works. And I'll leave you guys with a quote. There was a quote that said, women marry men to change them sometimes. Or no, sometimes women marry men to change them. And men marry women hoping they won't change. So chew on that for a while.
Yeah.
But don't make that mistake. People are who they are. And one of the wise quotes that we heard is when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Okay. So moving on to mistake number 9. Having unrealistic expectations. So this could be having very low expectations of a person or what you want in a mate, and having very high expectations about what you want in a mate. If you have high expectations, like he has to be tall, she has to be thin, they have to cook, they have to da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then you go looking for that person, you'll never find them.
Did you just do like a rotary phone?
Da-da-da-da-da. You will never find your mate, okay? It's just way too specific, way too unrealistic. However, if you have too low expectations, then you'll be dating anybody and everyone, a bunch of boo-boos, and then you'll be like, how come I'm in all these relationships and they're never working?
Right.
You have to find a medium.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
Number 8. Lying. Don't lie. Like, and it's so crazy because some people are like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't lie. It's like, sometimes we embellish things. Give you an example. There's a movie called Along Came Polly with Ben Stiller. And they're talking about like some restaurant with like this different cultural food. And he's just like, oh yeah, like I love that place or whatever. And then they go and he's like busting out sweating because the food is now in his system and he has IBS. Don't know what IBS is, look it up. And it just ruins the date. The whole date gets ruined because he just wasn't honest. Like, yo, if I don't like that type of food, just say you don't like that type of food. No matter what, be honest. No lying.
Absolutely. Which brings us to number 7, which is very close. Game playing. Game playing is like lying. First of all, going into it, playing this game like, oh, you know, I'm not pressed. I'm just going to act like I'm cool.
And what is that?
Like, why? If you're excited to be with someone, then show them that you're excited. That is an attractive quality to have. Not only that, but if you're wanting to call someone after your date, don't play the game like, oh, well, I gotta wait 3 days before I call them. I don't want to come off like I'm too pressed. Call them. They're probably thinking about you too, especially if you guys had a really good date. So call them, talk to them, tell them, like, don't play games. Really get to know this person and allow this person to get to know the real you.
Yeah, and I'll say, just to add on to that, I remember when I met my wife, the day I met my wife, 16 years ago, I wrote her a poem as like my holler because I didn't know how to, hey shorty, how you doing? I just wrote her a poem, it was like, yo, hit me up. Like an hour later, she hit me up. She wasn't like, oh no, I'm gonna let him sweat. It's like, why would you do that? You enjoyed the poem. You really liked the poem. You was trying to get with me too. So it's like,
oh
so it's just like, be honest and don't play no games.
Which leads us to number 6.
Number 6 is texting your feelings. Big mistake. Now I get it. We live in a different generation than generations prior.
Yeah.
And technology is just always here. But I wonder if that's worked for anyone. Okay? So I would say don't text your feelings. There are a lot of things that you feel when you're dating. And when you're just trying to process through your feelings about somebody,
good or bad,
call them or go see them in person. Like, enough of this. Like, you get to do this 24/7 with your technology. Don't text your feelings, because one of the biggest problems with text, and we all know, is that you can't read tone in text. So if it's like you text somebody like, hey, I'm thinking about you, and somebody texts you back, oh, or okay, and then you're like, that's it? Like, that's all you, like, your brain's going 100 miles an hour trying to interpret what that means. And it could mean nothing. It could mean like, I'm under my car fixing it, but I just want to let you know I got your text. I don't know. Don't waste your time texting your feelings. Call or go see the person.
Which takes us to number 5, not enjoying yourself. That is a really big mistake. A lot of people go into new relationships, new dating relationships, expecting the worst. They've been burned before. They feel like they're ready for a new relationship, but they're not really, because they're already looking for the drama. They're already looking for the negative stuff. Don't go into a dating relationship with negative feelings, not enjoying yourself. Make sure that you're taking all the positivity and excitement of learning a new person into it, because the other person's going to feel it. And if they don't feel like you're enjoying them, they're going to move along. So enjoy yourself.
Which leads us to number 4, enjoying yourself too much. Sometimes, I know this can seem like a balancing issue, but sometimes people can enjoy themselves too much in a relationship, where it's kind of like, oh, I'm just kind of floating around in a relationship, and you're not paying attention to the qualities that you're looking for in this person. You're not paying attention to the boundaries that you've set as well. You're just kind of out there doing it, and you're not being focused in getting to know the person.
Absolutely.
So enjoy yourself, but not too much.
Exactly, which leads us to number 3, setting boundaries.
Boom.
And I feel like it's important to set boundaries right at the jump. If you can set boundaries like with yourself before you can get in a relationship, then do that. But at the beginning of a dating relationship, you need to say, you know what? I want to date, but I'm not looking for something serious right now. Or I'm not trying to play games. Like, my trajectory is marriage. I need to let you know that right now. So I'm not about playing the games and not about, whatever, or I don't kiss on the first date, or I'm not having sex before marriage, or whatever. Like, you need to set your boundaries like right at the gate so that people know where you're going. And if their trajectory is the same as yours, set those boundaries and let the person know.
Which brings us to number 2, dating alone. Now, this doesn't mean what you think it means. I'm not saying that you can't go out with somebody by yourself, that you got to have like 10 people. And it's like,
chaperone or
hey,
whatever.
you want to get together? It's like, yeah, let me call my 5 friends and see if they can go. And you're like, wait, what? I'm trying to go with you. So we're not saying that. When we say dating alone, we mean the whole process. If you are dating someone, don't keep it a secret from your friends, family members, people in your circle of trust. Should know about your relationship and know how it's progressing. They are also able to do something that you cannot do, which is see and hear red flags. When you're in a relationship and you're trying to be all, oh, it's so nice and it's lovely, there's certain things that you will be sharing that they can kind of say, hey, look out for this, or that's interesting, keep an eye on this, but do this as like a circle of trust kind of deal, so that you're not just doing this by yourself.
Absolutely, which leads us to our number.
One. Yeah, you're holding it.
The number one mistake that we feel people make is not knowing themselves. They don't know who they are, so maybe they're dating too young. They don't know what they want. They don't know what kind of companion would complement them and how they can complement someone. And that's a humongous mistake, because you get into a relationship and your tendency is to not put forth anything or to get lost in the relationship.
Yeah.
Everything they like, you like. Everything they want to do, you want to do it. And you don't even know. Number one, they don't know who you are. They're not really getting to know you. They might enjoy it because you're doing everything that they want to do.
Agreed.
But they're not getting to know you, and it's going to end in a dead-end relationship. You're going to wake up one day and not know who you are, which you didn't know, and not liking yourself. And the other person's going to feel like, I have been dating this person for a year and I still don't really know them.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you know yourself. That probably means some self-searching, soul searching, talking to family, right. Talking to friends. But it's important that if you want someone to know you, you gotta know you.
Absolutely. The more you
know. So we hope that you enjoyed this video.
We hope that it helped you.
These are just our top 10.
Yes.
There are so many other things, other mistakes that people make in dating relationships.
And let's just throw out our little end disclaimer. This is just our opinion.
Absolutely.
Take it or leave it.
Yep.
So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.
Absolutely. If you have some common dating mistakes that people make that you want to add to our list, put it in the comment section below.
Yes. And we would love for you to subscribe.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys for watching.
Bye.